Yeah.
So you remember we talked about what is the need of subnet mask, right? To identify the classification, class A, B, C IPs, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So based on the subnet mask, what is the network range? What is the IP range you will get for class A or class B or class C? We understood, right, Ahmad?
Yes. I remember.
Now, again, I'll take an example of class A. Class A IP address. You know, right? 1 to 123. This is for class A, right, Ahmad?
Yes.
1
Yeah.
dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 to 123 dot, sorry, this is 255. 255.255.255. This is for class A. We classified, we have discussed about this, right, Ahmad?
Yeah.
Now I'll take one IP address. 1.0.0.02. So this is a network IP. We called as network IP. And it will end with 1.255.255.255. How we did the calculation because of subnet mask, right? 255.0.0.0. I hope I'm not confusing. This is for class A subnet mask, right? Subnet mask. Based on the subnet mask, the IP ranges. So where you have 255, that octet. See, there is no changes, right? Ahmad, there is no changes here. In the first octet,
There's no changes here.
there is no changes. But remaining in subnet mask, remaining is 0. 3 octets are 0. That means it can start from 0 to 255, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you calculate this, 0 to 255 is 256. 0 to 255, it is 256. 0 to 255, it is
256. Yeah.
So if you calculate 1,67,77,216 IPs in one network, right, Ahmad?
In class A, yeah.
Class A. How many IPs you can connect in a one network? In a
One
1,67,77,216 systems are in one
system.
network, right? One piece, right? In a one network.
Yes.
These many
One
pieces.
network.
Yes. Suppose let's assume I have a big infra, right, Ahmad? I have a lakhs together PC, just an example, lakhs together PCs. Now suppose this PC need to talk with this PC, right, Ahmad? Somebody
Okay, yeah.
wanted to send some data to some network, right? Means some system. Now request will send because this guy doesn't know where is this guy, right?
Yeah.
Initially, what he will do? He will broadcast, right, Ahmad? For how many PCs, for how many IP will broadcast? 1,67,77,216, right? If you have in one network, 1 lakh PCs, if it is in one network, all the PC IP is in one network, it will send a request to all the PCs. Now what is happening, Ahmad? Broadcasting for 1 lakh IP, for example, or 1 crore systems, traffic will be more, latency will be more, and everybody wanted to communicate with everyone. Everyone have a initially broadcasting. What will happen? Lot of traffic, right?
Traffic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the network consumption will be more, right, Ahmad? So every time, if I use a hub, let's assume, every time we will do broadcast, no? We talked about how the broadcast will work, right, Ahmad? Because
Yes.
1 crore IP is in a one network. So better I'll do the segregation, right, Ahmad? I don't want to use like this, right? Now we have a requirement. Maybe let's assume in a one organization, okay, they have, they want around 8 networks. 8 network. 8 network in the sense maybe they have a multiple team. For example, HR team or sales team or marketing
Okay,
team
yeah.
or technical team. They wanted to keep separate network. They don't want to use the same network IP address for all the teams. Just an example, I'm taking this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, if they have a 8 different network, maybe R&D, maybe they have a technical team. So like that, there is a different eight teams. So they want IP address, but each network, they should not communicate each other, right?
Mm.
So what we need to do, if I go with class A, right, Ahmad, I need to assign one IP, one network, 255, 255, 255,
Mm-hmm.
right, Ahmad? This is for HR in a one network. Other network,
Okay.
10.1.0.0. For marketing, 10.2.0.0. For sales, 10.3.0.0. How many network? 8 network, right?
8 networks. So, yeah, okay.
10.4.0.0. 10.5, 0.0. Similarly, 10.6, 10.7, 10.8. Right, Ahmad?
Yes.
I will come back here. How many IP will get in one network? 1 crore, 67 lakh,
67 lakh.
77,000, 216. Last week you calculated,
16.
right? The same
Yeah.
calculation. Now for 8 network, how many IP are utilizing? This is also 1 crore, 1 crore, 1 crore, 1 crore. Approximately, it's a 12 crore IP address, right?
Yes.
Right?
8.
All the 8 network. So that they will not communicate each other. They will not communicate each other. So they can't communicate each other. Arey, what is happening? See, we have a one infra, they want a multiple network. So I'm consuming a 12 crore IPs. Again, whenever it's doing a broadcasting, entire 1 crore IP, it will do the broadcasting. See, that is the reason Ahmad, they have come with a subnet. Subnet. What is our requirement? We want 8 network. Okay, which IP address you want? I'll take 10 network, 10.0.0.0. But I want 8 network. Right, Ahmad? Are you getting it? For 8 different.
Yeah.
So how do we identify, how do we calculate, how do we segregate for 8 teams or 8 network? How do we segregate using this one network? So see, IP will start from 10.0.0.0 in a class A. Means it will start from 0.0.0, end with 255.255.255, right?
Yes.
So this is this IP we called as network IP. When it is showing all the zeros, right, Ahmad?
Mm-hmm.
It is network IP. When it is showing all the ones, in nothing but 255, it is broadcast IP. Now we
Broadcast.
cannot use
Okay.
network IP, broadcast IP. You try to assign this IP address to the system, it will throw the error.
Yes.
This is a network IP you
Okay.
can't use. This is a broadcast IP
Yeah.
you can't use. Now try once. You just share your screen that day you have showed, right? Assigning IP address. Just go to the network properties.
It says host is not allowing multiple presenters sharing for them this
Okay.
meeting.
Okay, I'll make you. Yes.
Can you see my screen now?
Not visible.
See?
So I can see only the Zoom. I think you have to share full
Oh,
screen.
yeah. Okay, so can you see my screen now?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Try to assign 10.0.0.0.
10.0.0.0.
Click on subnet mask. Try to give OK. See this.
Combination IP address and subnet mask is not valid.
Why? So because one second, hold on. Give OK. Yeah. So what is the reason? Because IP address are set to 0, right?
Mhm.
Set to 0. 0 in the sense 10.0.0.0. It's a network IP address. Close that and try to assign 255. 10.255.255.255. 255 and 255. Try to give OK. See, throwing the error. What it is saying?
Of the bits. IP address are set to 1.
Set to
They are
1.
valid.
Right? Okay, give
Yeah.
OK. We'll go back to the session. I'll tell you why it's showing all the zeros. Means 0 you can't assign, 1 you can't assign, right?
Yeah.
Why it is showing like this? Any idea why it is showing like this? 10.0.0.0. So we'll leave it off the 10. Remaining zeros, right? It is 8 bit, right?
Yeah.
8 bit is 0. 8 bit is 0.
Another 8-bit 0.
Another 8 bit is 0. So why? Because it is 255. Whenever you have a 255, you can't change anything here in a one network. So subnet mask. So what is a subnet mask? I hope I'm not confusing. This is subnet mask, right? For
Yeah.
class A. So subnet mask, whenever it's showing 0, you can start from 0, end with 1, right? So this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. And end IP address. What is that end IP address? 10 dot, all the ones, right? Ahmad,
Mm-hmm.
what we
Yeah.
talked about now. Now what is happening here? So whenever you're trying to give this IP address, that means 10.0.0.0, it's throwing the error. Huh? So you can't assign all the zeros. So IP range, all the set to 0. So you can't assign, right? Again, subnet range, all the bits set to ones. You can't assign. Right, Ahmad? This is what the error
Right.
you have seen, right? All the bits set to 0, you can't assign. All the bit 1, it is you can't assign.
So, yeah.
Okay. Now why I'm explaining is nothing but to explain, to understand clearly about the networking concept. See, to do the subnetting. So how you can divide the network. So it is very useful.
Mhm.
Fine. Now I will come back in this range. Now how many networks we want? 8 network.
Right? 8 networks. Yeah.
Okay. Now in the bits, how we calculated? We calculate into the 2 to the power. 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 5, 6. Just remember the value. That is very, very useful while doing the calculation. In networking concept, it is very important to understand the subnetting. Ahmad, it is very,
Okay.
very important. Okay, the value, it is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 127. So wherever you are getting a confusion, you just stop me and clarify, and then we'll move on, Ahmad. Okay. So the calculation is very simple. I'll teach you in the simple way how the subnetting you can calculate. Okay. So this is the If you remember this, it is very easy for the calculation. I'll not take you any tougher or difficult way to understand. Okay, what is the requirement? 8 network. So I'm using only 10 IP range, 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. How many network you want? 8 network, right?
8.
So 8
Yeah.
network. 2 to the power of 3 is 8, right? We want 8
Yes.
network. Now what is it 2 to the power of 3? So 3 for 8 network, I have to use 2 to the power of 3. So that means I need to use a 3 bits. Now what is a 3 bit here? I'll come back to the subnet. Okay. What is the subnet of class A?
255.
0, 0, 0, right? Ahmad?
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
how many ones and how many zeros? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones.
8. And 8
Remaining
0.
0, no? How many zeros? 8, 0.
8 zeros.
8,
Then
0.
8 zeros.
Now, when you want to do the subnetting, it is very simple way. Do one thing here. Whatever you have once, in the subnet, we can't touch this. We can't do any changes wherever you have once. So subnet, there is 255. I can't do any changes. Now 3 bit. I want 8 network. 8 network is 2 to the power of 3. I want 3 bit. I need to make it as 3 bit where I can do
Yeah.
changes only here. So I'll add this 3 bit.
Plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Then remaining 5 zeros.
Yeah.
Right? Remaining zeros. Now again we'll do the calculation. So this is how to calculate, right? All the bits. You'll get 255. Right, Ahmad?
Yeah.
Yesterday, the last week we have calculated. This is 1, this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Calculate 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 127. We got the value of, right, Ahmad?
255. Yeah.
If you want the calculation, you do the calculation. No problem. Now again, we'll do what? How many bit we have to calculate now? How many bits?
3.
3 bits, right?
Yeah.
Initial 3 bit. This is the initial 3 bit now. Right or not?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now we have to calculate yes, this is the 3 bits. Okay.
Calculate. Calculate.
Okay. Yes. So
127 plus
127. 127 plus 64 plus 32. 223.
How much? 1?
No, 223.
223. So there is a changes now. I have to use, instead of this subnet mask, we have to use this subnet mask.
For these 8 networks.
Exactly, 8 network. Now, but these 3 subnet masks. So if I use this subnet mask, so what is the network range I'll get? So this 3 zeros. Now, what it is saying is the bits. Okay, we'll come back here. 10 network. So, there is no changes now. The first octet. So if I write 1, entire network, it should be 1. There is no changes here. If I write 10, entire network, I have to write 10 only. There is no changes. Then where is the changes? Initial IP. Okay. Second network. So this is the subnet mask I have to use. 255.223. What is the subnet mask? 0.0. Okay, next network. Next network. So I have to identify the network bits. How do we calculate? Calculate 223 minus 256. Why it is 256? Because 0 to 1. See, from 0 to 255, what is the IP? Total number of IP is 256, right?
Yes.
That is what I have to calculate to identify the IP. How many IPs? So what is the value you'll get?
Not 223 and 222 is.
So what is the value you'll get?
Okay, can you repeat it one more time?
See, this is the correct calculation. 223, 127 plus 64 plus 32. It is totally 7. Okay, it is 14 to 23. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, why I need to subtract from the number of IPs. Number of IPs 0 to 255. Total number of IPs are 256, right? So that is the reason I'm taking 256. So what is the value you'll get? So I have to subtract.
256.
256 minus
33.
Okay. Somewhere I have done the mistake. 256 into, yeah. So 255 minus 223. So what is the value you'll get? 32, right?
32.
This is the number of the blocks I have to create. See, next network, first network, this is the IP, okay? Next network is 10 dot. Where is the changes in subnet mask? Second octet, right?
Second octet, yeah.
Now second octet, what is the value? 32.
32.
Dot 0 dot 0. Then what is the third octet? Means third network.
256, 55 minus 32.
See, already I have the block sizes. It is we called as block size. Block size.
Block size, okay.
Size is 32. So now 0 to, okay, here 32. 32 plus 32, 64. Plus 64 plus 32, 76. Right? Again, plus 32, 98. Plus 32, 128. 120, no, it is somewhere. Calculate 76
No.
plus 32.
Can you repeat it from the, what was from the 64? So I understand from the first one, the second one, and how do you calculate the third one?
No, this is block size.
Blocks, okay.
Okay, block size is what? 32. How you got the block size? Subnet mask we have calculated 223. Then the subnet mask. So this is 255, no? Always the calculation is like this. So if you subscribe, if you do
32,
the
okay.
32 value, you'll get. So block size we say 32. Block size in the sense each block size it's a 32. If you want 8 network. So now 0 to here 31. Okay, this is a 32. Okay, again I'll start from 32. So again I have to start. Already I've used 32. So 32 plus 32, 64. Again 64 plus 32.
32. Okay.
Okay. 32. Okay, again for 96. Again, what is the value? 32. 98 plus 32.
130.
Okay, 130. 32. 28 plus 32. So, okay, then next network. Plus 32.
162.
Okay, 162. Then 32.
194.
194 plus 32.
226.
Exactly. 10.226, no? Okay, the last type is 2, okay, 26, then plus 32.
254, 58.
258. Somewhere the calculation is matching.
Okay. So let me calculate from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
64 plus 32, 96.
Somewhere
This
after
should be,
93.
look, this not 7 is, did you write it 96 or 76?
76.
64 plus 32,
32.
96.
96, yes. Yeah, I did a mistake. Yes, exactly.
Plus 32, 128.
Exactly. I did a mistake. That's what I was wondering. You will not get 130 anywhere. Yeah, good. You have found that it is 96, huh? Then?
Yeah, 96. No. Let's see. 64 plus 23.
Yeah, this is 128. Then?
64 plus 23, 87.
160.
Yeah, 128.
Yes, 160. Then after that?
128 plus
192.
23,
Then
now I'm calculating.
yeah, you calculate. You calculate, no problem. So I'll give you for the calculation, then only you'll understand. I'll give
Okay.
you more and more work to understand better, because networking in business main part is
160
the IP addressing.
plus 32, 192. Yeah, plus
Plus
32, 224 plus 32, 256.
256. Will you get IP of 256? IP ranges from 0 to 255, right?
Yeah.
Will you get 256? No, this is not our network. Okay, we'll come back here. How many network of IP will get? First network, second, third network, fourth network, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly, I got the 8 network, right? 8 network. Now, clearly understand here. So this is the network IP address, right, Ahmad? First IP, right? So this is the first IP, network IP. So 10.0.0.0. IP will end with which IP is the last IP? Very easy, simple, Ahmad. You just check with the next network. Ahmad, what is the IP? 32?
32.
Previous IP is what?
16?
No,
No.
31. 32. Previous
Oh,
IP
31. Okay.
31.
Yeah.
31. Now it's showing 0. When you will get
0.
0? When you reach 255, you will get 0, right? Again, it's showing 0. Am I confusing? I'm making very simple. See, the next network IP is what? 10.32.0.0. Means
Okay.
previous IP is 10.31.255.255. When it is reaching to 255, then only the IP will change, no? So that is the same thing here. So take now, which is the broadcast IP here? 63.
63, 255.255.
Again, 10.91.95.255.255. So like this, the calculation is. We'll come back to the last network. So what is the next IP? 256. So we can't use 256.
256.
Now we can't use 256. The last IP is what?
255.
Then remaining 255. 255, right? Okay, I'll write here. 10.255, right? 255.255. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Okay, this is the broadcast IP. Now we'll say this is a network IP address. This is a broadcast IP. Now IP is starting from 10.0.0.0 and it was ending with 10.255.255. It was a 1 crore IP address. Now what we did? So same IP 10 to 10.255.255.255, we divided 8 network. Right, Ahmad?
Yes.
Now which IP? I can't use zeros. I can't use 1. We have seen there is an issue, right? It's throwing the error. You can't use all the zeros. You can't use all the ones. So which IP address we have to use? The first IP is 10 dot, okay, 0 dot 0 dot, it has to start from 1. Which IP is the last IP? 10 dot, this is 31, na? Okay, 31. 255, 255. Then here, 254. This is the last IP. Right? Am I confusing? Yes, I'm confusing. I know that. Now, how many IP you will get if you calculate 0 to 255? 256. 0 to 255? 256. 0 to 31. It's a 32. Calculate how many IP you will get.
Yeah, it was disconnected somehow.
Calculate 32. 32 into
because
256 into 256.
no, it was disconnected for a few minutes, seconds. I didn't see anything.
Okay.
It's reconnected me. I don't know how, why. Anyway, okay.
Where you disconnected, we'll repeat from there.
Like total 256 IP, right?
See, this is very simple. From 0 to 255, it is 256.
Yeah.
From 0 to 255, 256. From 0 to 31, it is totally 32. Right, Ahmad?
32.
Totally, if you calculate and tell me how many.
Oh, okay. So 256 times 256 times 32. It's a lot. 2,97,152.
Very good. 21,000. How much?
No, 2,097,152.
2,097,152. Okay. So around 21 lakh, we can say, right? 21 lakh.
Yeah.
So instead of wasting this scenario, we'll come back here. What was happening here? We were wasting a 1 crore IP address for one network. Instead of wasting a 1 crore IP, what we are doing? We are wasting only a 1 lakh, 21 lakh IPs. Right, Ahmad?
Yeah.
Now we'll see practically. We'll see this practically. You go back to the network. So you share the screen. I don't know who has joined. It was not showing the name. MDS.
Hi, Sri. This is a Hawk, actually.
Yeah, hi.
Okay.
Good morning. You joined
How are
late.
you?
I was
sorry. Yeah, I'm in the traveling. I joined from a mobile phone.
Okay. Now, so we started with the subnetting. Okay.
Yeah, I very much familiar what you did today. I have only one question. Like, so since this number is last fifth, I mean, 20 lakhs and something, and the number is last 3 digit is 152, but it should be 150. If you could explain about the network and broadcast IP.
Yeah, definitely. That is what the beginning. Okay, I started with that. So network and this one. See, network
Broadcasting,
IP. Yeah, network IP to identify how many IPs you have in a one network. See, broadcast will do what?
No. I'm talking about, like, suppose IP 192.168.0, 1.0. This is the network IP, right? I mean,
Yes.
this host 0 is a network, as I know. I mean, this 0 is a host, and 255 is the broadcast.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like to know a little bit more about this network and broadcast.
See, I'll tell you, that is what in the beginning the session I was talking about.
Okay,
So
then I'll see the video.
No,
See the video.
No, I'll explain that. So this is a network IP address. I said you can't use this IP to system, and this is a broadcast IP address. You can't use a broadcast IP to the system. Now the question is why we need this, right? Okay. See, this is because I wanted to know in this network, what is the range of IP we have in this network that will be identified by network IPs. See, you see this, I said this is a network IP, okay? So 32 is a network IP, and we have a 0 and 0. It is starting from this. So this is the network IP address. The IP ranges, the first IP will start from here to identify. Okay, to identify that we have this IP. The starting IP is 0.1. It will start from 1 for the assigning for the PC to identify that we have this network IP. And why we have this broadcast IP is, so whenever you are sending some data within this network, it has to broadcast, right? Within the network. Suppose if I use a switch, I have a multiple PCs, right? Okay. Now here I have assigned 10 networks. Okay. Now the question is, I have one more PC assigned here. Maybe I'm using 10.20.20, for example. So here I'm using 10.10 network. It is 10.20.20.20 network. Now it is in same switch, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It is in same switch. Now how the system will identify this is a different network? I have to broadcast only to this PCs, and this is a different network. I should not send this broadcast information to this PC. Who will identify? That is what the broadcast IP is.
Okay.
So I can explain very clearly why it is, how the number you will get, everything.
But I have another question. Like, suppose I'm using class A IP, right?
Okay.
And class A IP host will be like I mean 64 times 256 times 256.
Okay.
Okay. So now, suppose I am using 1.0.0.0. Then this is one. Here will be one broadcast 255. After that, if I use 1.1.0.0, here will be also one broadcast 255.
No, this is
so in the
no. It is not a broadcast. So you are telling about this 1.255.255. This is broadcast domain you are saying, right? No, this is not a broadcast domain. Definitely, it's not a broadcast domain. So this broadcast domain, it is a network IP address. For this network IP, this is only the broadcast domain. It's broadcast IP. Broadcast IP. So this is valid IP. First, we'll test this. We'll test this, then I'll come back why it is valid IP. I'll tell you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Ahmad, just quickly share the screen. I will go back to the question, then we'll come back to what we were discussing. Okay. Now, Ahmad, just assign 10.1.1.1. Okay, just try 10.0.0.0. Sorry, go with 10.0.0.0. We tried now in the beginning. Yep. Same thing, assign subnet mask. Click on subnet mask. Give OK. Ahmad, just check it out. It's throwing the error now. All the bits are set to 0. You can't assign. Right, okay? I hope you can see the screen.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, this is 0. It's showing 0, so you can't assign because it's a network bits. It is clearly mentioned. It's a network bits. Close it. So the bits are, all the bits are 0. It's a network. Again, you change it to 255, 255, 255. Previous, practical, yes. 10.255, 255, 255. Again, see the error. Okay, it's showing all the bits set to 1. So you can't assign, right? It is not valid IP, right?
Yeah.
Okay, close it. Now, Ahmad, do one thing. Just do the changes of your 10.1. Just 1.255.255. Let it be. Everything is like that. Just change it to 1. Then try to give OK. See this. This is a valid IP, right?
Yeah.
It's a valid IP because it's assigning. Now, why it is assigning? Why it is valid IP address? Because 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. It's a one network. Are you agree with
Got
that?
it. Yeah.
Because of subnet mask. Subnet mask is saying, right, 255. Only first octet it will check it out. It will not look for the remaining 3 octet. It can be anything, but it should not be all the zeros. It should not be all the ones. That is only it will check. Right? Okay. That is the reason
Got
it's possible. It's a valid IP.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, Ahmad, just go to click on obtain IP automatically. We'll go to our scenario. Click on static IP. Yeah, click on that. Yes. Now assign 10. Ahmad, we will do one thing. So we have written the 8 network, right, Ahmad? 10.32.0.0. Now do one thing. You try 10.32.0.0. 0.0. Click on subnet mask. Try to give OK. What is happening? Accepting, right? Means it is also valid IP. Again, go back. 10.35.35.255.255. Yes, the third octet 255. It is also 255. You okay? You should change 31.255 because in the network, yes, 31. Remember in Ahmad, in a one network, I was showing 10.0.0.0 to 10.31.255.255, right? Again, you start with 64.0.0, 10.64.0.0. We are just trying with this, whether they will accept or not, okay?
Yeah. 10.64.
64.0.0. 0. Subnet mask. Give OK. Okay, you are able to see now there is a network IP also it is accepting. Broadcast IP also it is accepting because it is in a one network because of the subnet mask. Ahmad, clear now because of the subnet mask.
Yeah.
Now you click on obtain IP automatically. Come back to the static IP. No, just click on static IP.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now we'll do what? We'll do the changes. Ahmad, based on our subnet, we have divided 8 network, right? Ahmad, we divided 8 network. We'll test that. Okay. Now assign 10.0.0, you know, 0 you can't assign, no? 10.0.0.1. You assign, you start with 1. 10.0.0.1.
Okay, standard
0.0.1.
1.
Now click on subnet mask. Now what is our subnet mask? After changing the subnetting, it is 255.223, right?
Yeah.
Remember? Subnet mask.
Yes.
No, you assign that. Because we have done manually some changes. Now try to give OK.
Invalid subnet mask has not been.
Sorry, 224. So I did a mistake there. It's a 224. If you calculate 128 plus 64 plus 32, 3 octet.
Yes, 224.
224. Value is 224.
Oh, okay. Then
Give,
it will take.
right? Okay.
Yeah, it's working.
Now try with another network. What is the another network IP? 10.32. Try with 0.0. Previously we tried now. 10.32.0.0. 0.0. Ahmad,
Zero?
what we are doing, you know now?
We're trying to see the old network, how
Exactly.
we divided, everything is working.
Yes. Click on subnet mask and change the subnet mask to 224.
It says invalid.
Yeah, because it's a network IP now.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we tried with 255.0.0.0 subnet mask, it was accepting. Remember previous example. Otherwise, do one thing. Do one thing. You make it as 0 again. 255 instead of 224. You assign 0. Try to click OK. It will work. See, it was accepting because it's in a one network. Now you change it to 224. Based on our calculation, we have a calculated subnet mask, subnetting. Remove that 0. Change the second octet to 224. Try to give OK. Yeah, they're assigned 224 in subnet mask. Now you try to give OK.
That showed the error.
But why is the error? Because it's a network IP, right?
Yeah.
Network IP. Now try to assign 63 10.63.255.255. Previously, all this IP will work. All the IP was working previously because of subnet mask. Now we change the subnet mask. Try to give OK. See again, all the bits is give OK. Showing 1. So that means whenever it's showing all the bits set to 1, it's a broadcast IP. Whenever it's showing all the bits set to 0, it is a network IP. Close. Okay, this is because of subnet mask. Now, thanks for sharing. Stop sharing your screen. Let it be.
Oh.
I'll just share. Now, what we created the subnetwork. See, this is what, right? So when 31.0.0 it was working. 32.0.0 was not working. 63.255 was not working because it's a different network. So this is a different network. This is a different network. This is a different network. Different network. It was the same network when you are using a subnet mask 255. So from year to year. So first IP is 10.0.0.1 to 10.255.255.254. It was a one network when you are using this subnet mask. Right, Ahmad? Are you getting it?
Yeah.
When you are using this, see, actually it is 128 plus 64 plus 32. If you calculate this, 224.
24.
Yes. Now this is 256 minus 224. Why this 256 is 0 to 255, total number of 256. So calculate, we'll get 32 block size. So block size 32, we divided every 32 bit, 32 IP address we have divided One network. Totally 8 network we got. So this is a one network, this is a one network, this is a one network. Right? Multiple network.
Yeah.
Clear? Now, one more example. We'll take one more example. It's a lot of confusion, no? Ahmad? Okay,
Yeah,
come.
because
Now we'll make it very simple. So first time you are listening, now you will get a lot of difficulty. Now we'll go with, suppose I want